Hello everybody, welcome back to a new episode of Patrician 3. I have been looking at an old Patrician site in the past weeks, and I actually brought it up today again because I was forgotten half about it, about what is needed to get a more reasonable kind of goods in a new built city. And last episode I briefly explored the two options, the two city building options we have, and with those we were able to do fish, timber, pottery, iron ore, big iron, and no, I think timber was twice. So those were 5 goods. So I checked. For timber, I need to have a shortage of meat and leather. For to produce pottery, I need to have a shortage of wine. To get fish, I need to have a shortage of skins. Mind you, this is all over the Hanse, so all 25 cities right now. And for fish, it's no skins for fish, meat, leather for timber, pottery, wine, and for iron ore it was salt. Basically the goods I know I'm running short of. Now if I want something better in those cities, I will have to improve the ones we have right now. So the meat, leather, the wine, skins, I was already working on that anyway. And I should create shortages in grain, so I can get meat, leather. I should create shortage in pottery, so I can get bricks. And I should create a shortage in whale oil, so I get grain and import of furs. That would be the most beautiful one. But that will create other problems. So I think what I'm going to do, I can aim for the bricks. Because pottery is something I can have under control. So I can have bricks shortage. If I'm able to get that, then having timber and another good on top of the bricks would be nice, because with all the bricks I'm able to expand bricks, send bricks to the other cities faster, which makes it easier to expand things. So that's a goal for the upcoming episodes. A pottery shortage, and I have been creating that. Best would be, like I said, a whale oil shortage, which is something I can do too. But there's always the AI, so let's start. If I'm able to, probably not. No, I need a vineyard here, but I can't do that yet. And it's 5 bricks should be enough. office there. Let's drop the price a little bit. Picking up grain here and then dropping it off there. Right. So, shortage of pottery. Skins is something I'm working on. I will concentrate a little bit more on that. But it looks like at least part of my skins production is running fine now. Just not for long. Likely that these buggers will move that way. Let's hope they don't. Because that gives me the opportunity to build more skin factories over there. Wine shortage. Well, I'm working on that. How is this population? They're happy. But I think I need to deliver more beer here. More beer. Already delivering 100. Never mind then. Leather and meat is still a problem here. The biggest problem over time is at some point you're not just producing for other cities but also for the city you're doing your production in. So that means all the meat and leather I'm producing in Stockholm, a part of that is sold to the city as well. Lacking bricks everywhere. And what I'm producing in Novgorod isn't enough. I should start increasing my production here. Here's the other problem. I want to expand my industries and I can't, or better said, I won't, because of that gate. But this town is having it effective. I think Bergen was having effective leather meat too. And a convoy docked, so I have to keep an eye on that in a bit. Lübeck, Oslo, docked. Ah, yeah, because of him. Salt. Oslo, lacking meat. Malmö. Let's check housing first, because yeah, see, merchants, I knew it. So, a Ladoga shortage of salt again. Yeah, I'm still having shortage of people here. And with my fish having a weekly consumption of 20, and I have a weekly production of 40, things aren't going the way it should. So I'm lacking iron goods. Well, that's going to be helped soon. Leather and meat, and iron goods are general things, so that's not really a problem, because I have enough of those. But the leather and the meat is somewhat of a problem, and the salt, because I'm currently not picking up everything. At least not until we have 50. Which I do now, okay. And same thing will be here. Lacking meat and pitch. And my salt industry is 73 in stock right now. But I got leather and meat production here as well. Although it isn't running yet, so I am selling some to the city, and I'm having a somewhat better production, but I'm lacking 30% of my people here too. So there certainly are problems I need to solve. Because what I'm picking up here and in Novgorod, no, I'm not picking up in Novgorod, I'm taking to Novgorod, is not enough. I got 2 salt production facilities here, and I need to feed, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think. Yep, 7 cities that require salt, and the 2 producing it are having problems. So still need to balance things out. At least things here will be better. 83% almost gabbled. So let's run the usual house check and population check. Got a hospital and a church. Then what's wrong? Not enough people. Not going to do any roads yet. So this seems to be working fine. Not going to build anything right now. I'm just going to export bricks to these cities. Trying to make sure everything keeps working the way it should. Especially London needs bricks. Boston doesn't. Or at least not many. $700. We need to build a gabbled and a merchant house up here. It's not doing what I want. Yep, we know that because we called for it. Council chamber. It's going to be rejected, but with more 20 versus 13. 14. Well, it's going to be rejected. Scarborough. Not needed yet. 24 to 14. Yeah. Eight and a half timbered. 5.2. 2.1. So everything else should be sold to the city or being picked up by my convoy. Half timbered and gabbled. That's going to be a problem because both are lacking. 5 bricks. Okay. So I need to increase my bricks production in Lübeck and Aalborg, if I'm not mistaken. Goods, leather, meat, spices. Well, I'm improving the leather and meat situation here, so how is salt? Nothing. Nothing. Ah, yeah. Yeah, I know why. No. 21 bricks. Not enough. Now, the problem I'm more or less creating here is that with the removal of the bricks for the brickwork, to build the brickworks, I also stopped the distribution to the other cities. This is going to be gabbled. George 1, bricks 1. So I'm still running problems here. It will be better. It's a little bit of an irony that one of the goods that's causing the problem is the one I can't produce because of other stuff having problems. Leather and meat are a problem right now, and I actually want to produce some here. And I can't produce leather and meat because I don't have enough salt. The same goes for Riga. So they aren't happy. And I'm trying to improve that happiness, but at the same time, I can't because the goods I need to produce some of the stuff they need can't be produced because I don't, because the people aren't happy. So I'm lagging the beggars to man the salt and the fishery, and fish is one of the goods required for happiness, or at least for the lower parts of the population. See, everything I had is burned down again. I'm going to move my industries to another part of the city this time, because I'm getting a little bit sick and tired to rebuild each and every part of my industry over and over again over here. So I'm doing what he did. I'm moving my industries to this gate. Everything I had is burned down for the fourth time or fifth time by now. It's making me mad, actually. Because it's absolute nonsense. Why would you? Well, it's programmed, but I don't see the logic in it. Why would something being destroyed over here when you're trying to besiege something here? The only thing you actually achieve with that is that everything goes against you. So, yeah. So I have to restart my skins. And the other thing I had, timber I think it was, again. And I can tell you already that the moment I start building here and the town wall is finished, the AI won't attack me here, but they will attack there. Now we had some news. That's the brickworks. Elections. 55 votes. 21 and 24 makes 45. 55, 64 against me. What? Half timbered in Edinburgh, okay. 80% on a gabbled. But the thing I said about the sieges, the AI going off path that much, it's one of the few flaws this game absolutely has. Hey, no people? No people. This is also the reason, look, only 12 out of 60. So that's blocking my salt industry here. And I'm not even doing fish yet. And that salt is actually needed elsewhere. Can reduce this to 15 for now. And I guess it's locked at 50. So I will pick up 5. 5 salt to provide salt to Malmö, Aalborg, Oslo, Edinburgh, and Bremen. Well, that's where all the problems come from. By the way, once I achieved the goal I had, or at least when I think I achieved the goal, and one of my goals was having all cities, getting them to maximum is something harder to achieve. But once we have all the cities done, and I think the second goal I can set up is all cities having tier 3 goals, which is pretty easy to force actually. I may stop this game for a bit and instead start playing Patrician. Now, to me, the best trading simulation by far is this game. For many reasons actually. Patrician 4 is somewhat easier. And in a way that trading has been made a lot easier. So the trading aspect of that game, come on, hit the damn bugger. Finally. The trading aspect of that game is somewhat less. City management, on the other hand, is more complicated. Naval combat is a pain in the butt. It's really a pain in the butt. And that's because the developers at the time had decided to remove the option to capture multiple ships in a battle. The only option you have as a player in Patrician 4 is to capture one ship, the last ship of the convoy. That's it. So if you have to face pirates with 3 ships, you have to sink 2, and that's it. The other problem was that for some reason the AI was having diesel engines, as some people called it. They always have an advantage in the wind. I made, well, not really a mod, but I re-scripted a part of the game files for that, because the add-on actually gave us the opportunity for it. So I made it sure that sea battles, when they happen, a damaged ship would actually slow down. Disadvantage, it also applied to my ships. So the trick is not getting hit, which at some point I actually managed to do quite well. So that wasn't really the biggest problem, but yeah. Hang on, why is my convoy? Do I still have a convoy running? Ah, yeah, because it's under repair here. So I modded that file, made it easier for me to get to do more damage with a certain type of ammo while the AI barely uses it. And I changed the ship behavior, but still, compared to Patrician 3, I think Patrician 4 was a dumbed down version. It's looking better, but the ships weren't as beautiful. The combat changed a bit. Still, I never actually managed to get much done in that game, surprisingly. So that's what I want to do. My goal is therefore getting all cities in this game to level 3 walls, which is something I could achieve a long time ago actually. Now what? Message. Idiot. Something I could have done a while ago, in all fairness, because I haven't been concentrating on brick production in a while, so that's a disadvantage. Cabot and merchants. Merchant's house take the longest. But that means that 2 months, maybe, or 3 months, I don't know exactly how long. But at some point in time, I will pause recording this game and switch to another Patrician game. For some it may be something to look for others it may be something they don't like. That's what it is. Eventually I may go back to this one again, we'll see. Maybe doing some jumping back and forth like 2 or 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. Let's say 4 weeks one game and 4 weeks the other one. Something like that. It does depend, however, at how things are going with the new PC. And right now that is going absolutely terrible. So let's check here. Brick industry lacking 1. Potteries lacking 1. Vineyard lacking 4. Oh, it just went up because it was 5 at start. Sawmill lacking 4. Yeah, things are improving over here. Good. I think I had them all now. Biggest problem here is simply the lack of people. $134 wine, 69 wine. So yeah. On the other hand, like I said, I never actually played Patrician for very long. So in regards of that, it will be an interesting experience for both you and me. Considering that a lot in that game is actually going to be new for me. One of the things I found out is that having a hub system didn't really work well. And that's because the whole goods balance, the whole distribution of goods was changed. And we had other ones added or removed. So what I intend to do in that game is making it a central hub system. One city centralized where all ships arrive and depart. It's going to be fun. Because in a way it makes it harder to supply everything, and in a way it makes it easier. I don't have to think about, okay, I need skins over in the west. How many skins do I need in the west? And what happens if I increase the production in the east for the skins? Because, yeah, like what I have now, Bremen needs skins, but at the same time, this entire area is producing it. There is no balance regarding that. So it's a challenge. Central hub system makes things easier because I can calculate everything from the same starting city. What I need right now is lots and lots of wine. Reval needs meat and leather. How am I on bricks here now? 9. I really need 50 bricks. Do I have 50 bricks? Yes, I do. Problem solved. How are they doing on salt? Yeah, it's going better. So I'm going to set up a meat production here, which purpose is solely serving Reval with its own meat and leather. When that's happening, when that's working, I can actually cut down to pick it up in Visby, which is beneficial for the other cities because I can supply those with more meat and leather. Another thing I need to do to set up here is skins again. And skins also require 50 bricks. 40. So I had it built up here. Everything until... Oh, never mind. Like I said, I can continue about it, but... Gabbled and gabbled. There we go. Have I set this warehouse to sell after 50? After 100, okay. This is the point, as you can see, where I need to adjust. Oh, it already had. Where I have to start selling my meat and leather to the city to get the balance, to keep the balance. Reval under siege. Please don't tell me it happens at my gate. No, thank God. So part of my industries are off again. Oh, Homer Simpson strikes again. Cattle. Now here comes the problem. I want it outside the town, which I currently can't do. I can, however, build it here. $500 beggars. 30. 30, 60. 90. 160 is 150. So there are 30 people. 150. 2, 4, 5. Is another 150. Makes 600s. Yeah, at least there are thinking about something. No, I can't. Office Trading office. No, it's already changed. Okay. So the problem I had with London, that each and every siege is destroying my industries, is happening at other cities too. Reason why I want those level 3 walls. Means I have to pay more taxes. Speaking of, I need to check where I buy more warehouse space. So I have to pay more taxes because everything is inside the city walls. But on the other hand, my industries are safe. And that too is quite important. There it is. Problem, no salt. All salt comes from Stettin. Shoot. Cabot House Cattle Farm in Bergen. Okay, but I am lacking salt here, so that's actually making things more complicated now. See, that's the problem with cities that have problems growing. At some point, everything I'm supplying there is becoming too much. So Stettin is my salt industry. Still lacking people here. Got a farm in Malmö. Merchant's house in Bergen. Okay. I need to improve my salt industry here, and right now it's not going. One of the things I can do is throw a feast, but I think the pottery, the problem is pretty obvious. That they got the big four, they got the beer, they got the fish, the grain, the woods, and the wool. So that isn't the problem. The problem is solely those goods. Do I have? No, I don't have fish industry. I got it locked at 50. Yeah. So there's simply not enough. This is the damage you can have, especially the small, the not the small cities, but the cities with very little starting ground. They provide big problems the moment you get a seed. Every industry I have here is located, no, all but one, is located outside the city walls. Get the seeds, they get destroyed, or are going to be off limits. Same problem with Rostock. I have 243 bricks in. Barely transporting anything. Let's change that. The set for steady was 100. Yeah, I can easily pick up 100 bricks here. The only thing that I don't have to invest in is cloth and wool. I need to invest in a warehouse though. Or actually 2 warehouses. So Lübeck is currently good on iron goods, cloth, bricks, yeah, as salt. Two houses here, okay. Lübeck, Rostock. Convoy office. Well, that means I don't need him anymore. Here's another bell message. Riepen. Gabled house. Okay. Still, when I look at things, it's summertime. But things are actually a little bit improving over here. But look at the amount of skins we have here. There's no need for that. That's going better, 272. It's not what I need yet, but it's getting better. this down a little bit. There's always micromanagement in this game. Hey, what the heck? Don't tell me I did it wrong. I did it wrong. Solved. Oh, fungus. So I'm picking up bricks in a city where I'm not producing bricks. Oy. Yep, that makes things very complicated. Very stupid, actually. So it's off to Rostock. Deactivate the route. Drop off the bricks. But then, why am I picking up bricks in Lübeck if I'm also picking up in Rostock? No need for that anymore. And we're going to build, what was it, a gablet? And a merchant, I think. No, a gablet and a half timbered. A gablet and a half timbered. Done. And everything else in bricks will be stored here. Done. Also, salt isn't unloaded here. Picked up. Am I producing salt here? Yeah. I'm not producing wood here. No. How much wood do we have? 38. Set to 50 probably. Construction salt works. Nicely along the road. That should provide me with more salt here. I do have leather and meat production here at some point, but I don't have to lock it up yet. Merchant house. Edinburgh wants more money. So with this, I hope that I'm able to produce more salt in this area now because we've got 2 cities for it. And with that, I'm able to provide the other cities. Hunting, lodging, Toru. Okay. The other cities, especially everything north of, well, simply said, Malmö, Lübeck, Aalborg, Oslo, Edinburgh, and Bergen. Those need salt. Rostock and Stettin may need it later too, but they are producing it, so that isn't a problem. But I hope that I'm able to provide the rest of this hub with enough salt to actually get the meat and leather production going. Well, once it does, the next advantage five. Am I short on beer here? I am. That's a new one. Let's see, grain production 51, use 7. And timber production 10, use 3. Okay. Brewery. Let's increase my beer production a bit. Can I do the same thing here? Yes and no, because I'm starting to lack space. Goods. Timber 23 coming. No, leaving. I have plenty of grain production here. Now I stick to Hamburg for beer for now. Simply because that city is basically currently used for beer and fish, and less attend grain, hemp, and timber. So I don't think I need to start beer production in Bremen. At least not yet. Anyway, back to what I was trying to say. With 2 cities being able to produce salt in the central hub, I hope I'm also able to provide enough salt to the northern cities of that hub to produce the fish and the meat and the whale oil and the leather. Because if that happens, things will be improving and being balanced out a little bit more again. Same goes for the west. I got 2 cities for salt in the west. And currently my biggest problem is meat leather because one is not having enough space for it unless I start building here, which I don't want to yet. So that's one problem. The other problem is simply Why am I lacking? No, never mind. That I don't have that many spaces for meat and leather here. Although Scarborough is ineffective. London effective. Bruges didn't have it. Nope. Cologne is having ineffective, so 2 ineffective. Groningen, Bremen, Hamburg doesn't. Riepen is ineffective. So in general, I do have the industries. Locations anyway. But they're less effective as some I have in the other hubs. If I'm able to boost my salt production here, I also may be able to boost part of the other production. It's worth a try. Now what's completed? Warehouse, Bergen, okay. Warehouse, done. Everything is lacking salt in this area, basically because I made 2 mistakes. One mistake was, oh no, I made 1 mistake. That mistake was overlooking that Rostock is producing salt. The other one is caused by the fact that Stettin got hit by a siege again, and it will happen again. It will happen again, so I'm going to deal with that salt problem for a while. I'm also dealing with it right here, right now, over here. Which isn't good. Although it does look like I'm still lacking 50% of the population. As long as those buggers keep dissatisfied and I don't get beggars. Oh, there is another way. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, that seat's done. So I'm finally starting to pick up on people again. 90. 1, 2. Ah, there's number 3. So maybe that helps. I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, but this is... Again, they really love to take on that convoy. I guess it's again moving to Cologne when it happens. Got me. The bloody bastard hit me. Well, I still got all my cannons, so... He's a gunner for sure. Okay, but this also means that I need to slow it down. Where was I? See? I was checking his... Ah, yeah, Ladoga. Okay, this will improve now. Very well. Time to save. Time to check on the cities. North and route. Stavanger. Again. Let's see what it got. Fish, iron goods and timber. So that means the goods we are lacking have changed. Let's see. Fish, iron goods and timber. Iron goods mean there's a shortage of beer all over the Hanse. Fish, there's skins. Yeah, well, we knew that. And timber is still meat and leather. Well, we also knew that. If the city wasn't in the wrong location, I would have done that. I think in the west is the best. Simply because I got things more under control over there. Either way, thanks for watching everybody, and I do hope you've been enjoying this. I did. It's fun. I'm still not happy with what happens during sieges, but everything else is nice. So the goal is actually clear. I need to improve my bricks industry to make sure that the cities can build those walls as fast as possible. After that, we'll see. So for now, thanks for watching, and I hope everybody's having a good week. See you next week. Goodbye.